It is 4 minutes to 7 now. Do you fancy a bit of Donkey Kong or maybe Street Fighter 2? Well, just like the band's Oasis and 90s fashion, retro computer games are making a comeback. Apparently nearly 2/3 of 45 to 54-year-olds are grabbing the controls. And those lapsed gamers are people who grew up with the first generation of computer games. We'll speak to Alan McCluskey now, who owns Forgotten Worlds in Stewarton, one of the biggest retro gaming shops in the UK. Morning to you, Alan.
Morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good,
you okay?
thank you. We're good. And have you seen this upturn in people turning to these retro games?
Yeah, definitely, which is obviously quite good for me.
Exactly. Good for business.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, definitely. It's been a massive upturn in it over the last couple of years, actually.
What do you think's behind it?
I think the main thing would just be kind of like simple nostalgia. I think people going back to what they liked when they were a bit younger, like you said with Oasis and things like that. I think just people getting good memories of simpler times. That would be the main one.
Well, simpler games as well. I mean, computer games have come on hugely.
Yeah.
The graphics and everything are just so elaborate now. I suppose, there's a lot of fun to be had, maybe just, as you say, to go back to the basics.
Yeah, a lot of simple just kind of pick up and play games. Everything now seems to take all your time, and it's big, massive, sprawling epics and stuff like that. Call of Duty, every one of them seems to be the same. So a lot simpler, a lot more creativity back in the day as well. So that's quite attractive to people.
What's your favourite?
Well, I'm a Mario man, actually. I was always Nintendo. But you mentioned Street Fighter 2 there, which would be one of my all-time favourites as well.
Takes me back to my student days, Street Fighter 2 on a Saturday night. That's how rock and roll I was.
Yeah. Do you know, another thing, just everyone sitting around the one console, an actual really kind of more kind of community almost, but you're just sitting next to someone instead of playing someone you don't know online as well. So things like that were good fun.
Yeah, it's less of a solitary activity, potentially.
Yeah, definitely, more social.
What about the cost? How much are people paying for this? Are they difficult to get hold of? Are they expensive?
It's like anything. Some really are, but I mean, there's games in the shop that are thousands of pounds just because they're really, really rare. But then a lot of stuff you can pick up for £1 and £2. So it's a lot of times it's a lot more affordable than current games as well. You can pick up old consoles quite cheap as well. Like PlayStation 2s are really common, so you can get them for less than £100. So things like that are definitely a factor as well, yeah.
I'm surprised that the manufacturers aren't trying to kind of cash in on this, perhaps by re-releasing them.
Well, you get Nintendo and even Sega brought out some of the mini consoles, so it was like a new version of a Super Nintendo or a Mega Drive, and they had like 30 or 60 games built into it. So they've done really well, but I'm always amazed they don't make new controllers and stuff like that for old consoles. There is money for them to make, definitely. And
if you've got maybe some old games in your loft, or tucked away somewhere in a cupboard, is it worth getting them out and dusting them down? Is there, given what you said, there's a market for them, perhaps, passing them on?
Definitely. I mean, that's how we get a lot of the games in the shop. People just selling what they found up in the loft, and sometimes the games are worth pennies, but sometimes you do find a gem that's worth a couple of £100. So it's like Pokemon cards as well. It's definitely worth having a look at them to see what you've got.
Did you get any younger players wanting to try these retro games?
Yeah, that's what makes me feel good, because you get young kids coming in wanting to buy an original Game Boy just to see where things started. We've got an arcade in the shop as well, and the most popular game in there is Pac-Man, the original. Kids will just walk up and start playing it because it's simple.
Of course it is.
You can't play Pac-Man without the smell of chips, because you used to have them in the chippies.
I wish I'd kept my handheld.
Exactly.
I wish I'd kept my handheld Donkey Kong, because I'm just seeing online now they're worth 80 or 90 quid.
Yeah, missed out. Alan, nice to speak to you this morning. Alan McCluskey there, who owns Forgotten World in Stewarton.